Welcome back to the channel. Happy whatever day it is. Today I'm going to feature a project that I covered 2 months ago on my channel. Since then, that video has gotten a lot of traction. I've gotten a lot of requests from people to do a follow-up video because this project is hot. It's really outperforming the market in the last month or so, and my due diligence shows this project actually could be really undervalued going forward. So which project is it? DESO, Decentralized Social. Now remember, undervalued projects, they're not the projects that are buzzing right now. So the fact that you probably aren't too familiar with this one, well, that's a good thing, because once your project is already popping and loud and buzzing, that it's already gone parabolic. So you want to find the projects that, are not too trendy right now, but for specific reasons, which I'll feature later in my video, this project could be trending upwards in the near future. So first of all, it is hot. As I mentioned, the last 30 days, it's up 55%. That has outperformed both Bitcoin at 32%, Bitcoin at 39%, and Ethereum at 32%. So it's outperforming the rest of the market roughly 40-50%. Here's the 1 month chart. It's trending straight up. Now, a lot of charts are like that still. This one's a little bit more vertical. And it's also notable because if we pull back to the 1.5 year chart, since it's been trading on exchanges, it dumped a lot here, which I'll explain why later. And then it kind of flatlined, but it appears to have found its sort of bottom level resistance and is now definitely trending up in the last 3 to 4 weeks. So what's going on? Well, first let's dive into DESO's history. So DESO is the ticker symbol. Decentralized Social is the project. It was founded in January 2019. In 2021, it announced a huge fundraise, $200 million. We'll get more into that later and how that affects the project. And then it got listed on exchanges June 2021, so about a year and a half ago. So what is DESO? Well, they are the social layer of the Web3, they call themselves. They're a new layer 1 blockchain built from the ground up to decentralize social media and scale storage-heavy applications to billions of users. With DESO, you can create one profile and take your identity, content, social graph with you across any app, across any chain. So it's basically a big blockchain. So it's not a dApp. It's a blockchain that has a bunch of apps underneath it in its ecosystem, but all the apps are social media related. So here are the apps here. They have over 100 apps, which is pretty good for only a year and a half being on exchanges. The apps fit into 5 categories: consumer apps, investor apps, NFT username apps, and then tools, explorers, utilities, dApps. So 4 categories, and then all these have sort of a social media element to them. Here are some examples of them, some dApps on their ecosystem. So they have a decentralized Twitter called Diamond. They have a decentralized fundraising called Open Fund. They have a bunch of other decentralized social networks like Overcloud, DeSify, DeSocial World. They have a decentralized LinkedIn. They have a decentralized OpenSea. So they're big into social apps and then decentralized apps. And then these apps also have other features like social tokens, tipping, and NFTs, which we see in most projects. These features enable creators to more effectively monetize their content with their followers on DESO powered apps. So this is kind of uniform because instead of having tipping or creator coins that one coin works on one dApp, another coin works on another dApp, etc. This is just one coin, DESO, which can work on over 100 different apps, social media related apps. So what are the new developments? Well, obviously the price has been hot, so it kind of would sound like they made some big announcements recently. So yeah, they had been 2 big exchange listings. They got listed on Gate.io. They got listed on Bitmart. So those are like tier 2 exchanges, not quite tier 1. Tier 2, what else? They also announced that their social network hard fork will be launching in a week on February 6th. They made this announcement a couple weeks ago. It got a lot of traction on their Twitter page. So basically, what this social hard fork is, the DESO blockchain will be undergoing a major upgrade, including some game-changing features. So it's just a big upgrade to the blockchain. The 2 important features that this upgrade will have are associations and access groups. Associations allow users to create new on-chain relationships by connecting with other users or content in all sorts of verified ways. And then some of the ways are polls, tagging, flagging, blocking, reporting, emoji reactions. These are just kind of the little typical social media gadgets, gimmicks, additional features that make, beyond just tweeting or writing a post sort of fun and funky. What else? Access groups, that's the other part of this big hard fork. You'll be able, with access groups, you'll be able to enjoy on-chain, end-to-end encrypted direct messaging and group chats. It's called DESO chat protocol. So it's a group chat sort of mechanism. It'll enable you to scale to thousands of members. So it's very scalable. Group chats, like with Twitter Spaces, that sort of stuff, we have found that they can kind of crash and they get sort of heavy and high volume. That's like with every social media. So they're aiming to kind of reduce that. Anyone can message across applications of blockchains using DESO chat. This includes Ethereum addresses with ENS support. So you can message from an app on one blockchain, like the DESO blockchain, to an app on the Ethereum blockchain smoothly. You can't typically do that with existing apps. There's also an NFT element that they have been pushing in recent weeks. It appears to get a lot of traction. It adds sort of on-chain royalties you can get, on-chain auctions, splits to creator coin holders, etc. I think they're going to unveil more about the NFTs later. Now, let's look into the fundraise. This is the most important part of the project. $200 million. That is huge. And look at the VCs that funded it. Andreessen Horowitz, they're the biggest of the biggest. They're in San Francisco. Sequoia Capital, they're also Silicon Valley. Coinbase Ventures, Polychain Capital, big Silicon Valley one. Pantera Capital, one of the OG crypto investment funds, Silicon Valley. Arrington XRP, again, Silicon Valley. The Winklevoss twins right there, New York. Let's see, Blockchain Ventures, that's another big one, Social Capital. So this is just the who's who of crypto investing right here. That's big, $200 million. So you might think, the project's only ranked number 260 in terms of total market cap with a $200 million fundraise from these people. I don't want to say they're kind of disappointed, but they were probably usually that kind of fundraiser projects and not only the top 100, the top 30, 40, 50. That's like a big blockchain fundraise. The fact they're only ranked number 260 in terms of total market cap, this project could be a little, undervalued / underperformed so far, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because that's when projects can go up. So now let's look at the exchanges. So remember, they are, Coinbase Venture is one of the big ones. Obviously, they're going to be listed on Coinbase. That's probably why they're not listed on Binance. Those are head-to-head competitors. Binance usually doesn't like to list projects that are brought up in the ecosystem of their main competitors. They didn't really like listing FTX projects. Coinbase, that's just normal, totally acceptable right there. They're on Gate, Bitmart, so they're not on too many. Now, if you look at the top exchanges, it's kind of surprising because typically a project that is big VC funded, they like to be listed on exchanges because they're sort of foolproof. They're not going to be rug pulled or anything like that. So the exchange is kind of sort of secure from that standpoint. So I would have expected them to be on more exchanges by now. KuCoin would be a good fit. OKX, Bybit, BitHum, etc. Mexi, not really on any of these. So again, I think this is a good thing. I think this project could be added to more tier 1 and tier 2 exchanges in the near future, even though Binance is probably a long shot just because it is in their competitors' ecosystem. Token metrics. So remember, it's not an ERC20 token because this is a blockchain. So it's its own basically coin. It's on the DESO blockchain, which makes kind of wallets sort of more difficult right there. So you probably just want to use the native wallet right here. Typically, you'd use MetaMask for all your Ethereum-based and Binance Smart Chain coins. You can't really do that with this because it's its own blockchain. So just use the native wallet on DESO.com. They will have cross-chain wallet-to-wallet messaging and wallet-to-wallet capabilities coming up soon. So that's good. So that means you should be able to store this coin in mostly Ethereum-based wallets. Always a good thing right there. This is big right here. Circulating supply 82%. So again, anytime you have a big VC-funded project, they usually dump after they get listed on exchanges. That almost always happens. So this big dump right here, it's not surprising. It might be a little bit more than usual, but still not surprising because it's a lot of investors, a lot of their coins becoming unlocked, and then looking to cash out and cash in part of their investment. But the fact that 82% of the token supply has been unlocked, that's good. That means very few, only 18% of the coins are going to be unlocked in the future. So that explains why the project appears to have found its sort of bottom levels right here and is trending up lately. And that's it for DESO. So DESO is a little different than the other projects I feature on my channel. Usually those are undervalued because they're small caps, they're starting from scratch, they have very little marketing budget. So as long as they gain a following, the price market cap can only go up from there. This one's different. It started as a large market cap. It's a huge fundraise, $200 million, yet I've never ever heard of a $200 million fundraise in a project only ranked number 260 in terms of total market cap. Usually it would be in the top 30, 40, 50. For example, Aptos, which is buzzing big time nowadays. They raised a total of $350 million, so a little bit more, but they're ranked 26 right now in terms of total market cap. So that just shows the comparison of these two. Obviously, always do your own due diligence. I think as long as this project, finds a following in Twitter, keeps growing, keeps up with the developments, gets some more exchange listings, I think it could be a real undervalued gem. Obviously, the token unlocks are very favorable going forward. Only 18% of coins are going to be unlocked. That's huge right there. That's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow with a new episode. Ben Crypto signing out. Catch you later.